Heartbreak in Afghanistan. At least a dozen U.S. service members killed, at least 60 Afghans after two suicide bombers attacked people flocking to the nation's largest airport. It's the final days of that massive airlift. Thousands are seeking to flee the Taliban takeover of that country. This happened in the capital, Kabul. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby said the two blasts were near the Abbey Gate on the civilian side of the airport. And we're joined live from Washington, D.C. by Steve Dorsey.
And Steve, we've heard from U.S. military leaders, but we're still waiting to get an update from the president.
Yeah, Reka and Ron, we expect to hear from President Biden at any moment. In the meantime, the Pentagon says those two suicide bombers were part of ISIS, as a top U.S. commander is not ruling out a military response.
Two suicide bombers assessed to have been ISIS fighters detonated in the vicinity of the Abbey Gate at Hamad Karzai International Airport and in the vicinity of the Barron Hotel, which is immediately adjacent. The attack on the Abbey Gate was followed by a number of ISIS gunmen who opened fire on civilians and military forces.
Pentagon Press Secretary John Kirby said in a statement, quote, "We can confirm that a number of U.S. service members were killed in today's complex attack at Kabul airport. A number of others are being treated for wounds. We also know that a number of Afghans fell victim to this heinous attack."
President Biden met with his national security team in the Situation Room in the aftermath of the blast. Several planned White House events, including the president's meeting with the Israeli prime minister, were postponed.
But I think our mission remains. We're still committed to flowing people out up until we terminate operations at some point, towards the end of the month.
Lawmakers say U.S. forces should stay until the evacuations are complete.
Leave no one behind enemy lines. No one.
The State Department had issued a warning overnight for Americans to stay away from the airport based on intelligence reports of a credible threat.
And the Pentagon says there's still about 1,000 Americans left in Afghanistan as the evacuation mission there continues. Steve Dorsey, CBS News, the White House.